Daily Trust News Center. This is the News Hour.
On News Hour tonight, 3 arrested in connection to Kaduna killings as state government imposes 24-hour curfew in Chikun local government. Gunshots as APC-PDP members clash in Port Harcourt over inspection of electoral materials. National Media Complaints Commission inaugurated in Lagos to regulate practice. And on the foreign scene, Tunisia, opposition demands clarity on President Kais Saied's absence from the political scene. Hello and welcome to News Hour on Trust TV. I am Sagir Ibrahim. Thanks for joining us. We start with security now. The Kaduna state government has imposed a 24-hour curfew on Sabon Garin Nasarawa communities in the Chikun local government area of the state following the killings of 2 persons. According to a statement by the State Commissioner for Internal Security and Home Affairs, Samuel Arwan, the curfew is with immediate effect. Arwan also said the decision was reached following a breakdown of law and order that led to loss of 2 lives in an incident of urban gang violence. The Commissioner added that security agencies have been directed to enforce the curfew in the area and restore order while investigation into the incident has commenced. He urged the people to be strictly observant of the curfew, which takes effect immediately in the location, adding that updates would be communicated accordingly. Also, the Kaduna state government has banned social activities linked with the violence of Sunday night and Monday, which left 2 citizens dead and 6 others injured in the Sabon Gari Tirkaniya area of Chikun local government area. The State Commissioner for Internal Security and Home Affairs, Samuel Arwan, in a statement explained that the decision was taken after a thorough appraisal of the security situation by the military, police and Department of State Services, as well as an emergency meeting with traditional and religious leaders of the area at the 312 Artillery Regiment, Kaduna. Arwan listed the social activities which are now prohibited with immediate effect as Kidambishi, Kidangala, and hunting expeditions. He said the government has also directed the arrest of anyone linked with the peddling of hard drugs in Nasarawa and Sabon Garin Nasarawa. According to him, Governor Nasir El-Rufai has commended the prompt action of the military and police in preventing the violence from escalating beyond the area, adding that the governor also allayed the fears of the families that lost their loved ones, affirming that the matter would be investigated conclusively. Also, we now have Bello Musa joining us for updates. Apologies, he'll join us subsequently. Moving on, gunmen suspected to be Boko Haram terrorists have attacked Dabna community in Hong local government area of Adamawa State, killing 3 and setting ablaze houses, shops and carting away food items. According to an eyewitness report from the community, the attackers came on 2 motorbikes in the wee hours of Monday, shooting sporadically. Local vigilantes were said to have shot at one of the terrorists who was later carried away by his colleagues. Reacting to the early morning attack, the police in Adamawa State condemned the raid, describing it as unfortunate. The police confirmed the killing of 3 persons by the suspected insurgents. According to a statement by the Adamawa State Police Public Relations Officer, Suleiman Ungroje, the Commissioner of Police, Afolabi Babatola, has given men of the command a marching order to trail and arrest the masterminds of the ugly incident. And also, the Secretary to the Government of the Federation, Boss Mustafa, has condemned in strong terms the unwarranted attacks and killings in Dabna village in Hong local government area of Adamawa State by unknown gunmen. The repeated attacks have led to loss of lives, property and means of livelihood of the people of Dabna and surrounding communities, who are basically agrarian. The SGF, in a statement by his spokesperson, Willie Bassi, commended the swift intervention of law enforcement agencies in containing the attack from spreading to other communities. He also condoled with the government and people of Adamawa State, Dabna communities and families of those who lost their loved ones in the incident. Still on security, a police personnel team attached to C Division on Monday morning killed a 17-year-old trader and injured one other commercial motorcyclist at Bayanbanki Market of Jos North local government area of Plateau. The chairman of the market, Yahya Umar, who gave the name of the deceased as Ibuchi Ofoneze, said the salesboy died in their shop when a stray bullet from the police hit him on the head, killing him at the spot. Ado Musa visited the market and completes the report.
There was palpable tension soon after the incident as traders at the market closed their shops to protest the killing of their member. According to the chairman of the market, the incident occurred around 10 a.m. when a police patrol team stormed the general area of Bayanbanki Market and arrested the Okada rider who they felt had violated the ban on the use of motorcycle within Jos Metropolis. While trying to dispossess the cyclist of his motorcycle, a stray bullet from the police hit the deceased on his head. Business had commenced in the morning when we suddenly heard that one of our members was shot dead by the police, who were dragging with an Okada rider to seize his motorcycle. After killing the boy, they started shooting at our shop. We have no business with the police or the Okada rider. No one has offended them here. The deceased was innocent and doesn't deserve to be killed this way. People are jobless and no longer safe even when pursuing a decent life. An eyewitness, Goodwin Onyeka, also explains how the incident occurred.
So today we are busy doing our business in the morning. But this incident happened around 10 o'clock in the morning. So we are busy doing our business. So we don't know what happened between police and the Okada riders. So we started hearing a gunshot. So at the gunshot, everybody was scared to lock up his shop. So immediately we heard that bullet hit one guy in his shop upstairs. Then everybody started closing his shop along his header skater. So they are not kind the cops to Jute now. They are even there now to know how to deposit in the morgue.
The chairman, however, appealed to the relevant authorities to take justice action to avoid further occurrence of such incident, adding that people who are jobless should be allowed to struggle for themselves. There are thousands of youths looking for jobs that do not exist. We are poor and should be allowed to do our business. We are no longer interested in government jobs, and as such, should not be treated like this. When contacted, the spokesperson of the State Police Command, DSP Alabo Alfred, said security personnel have been redeployed to the area to calm the situation. Ado Musa, Trust TV News, Jos.
We'll now join Bello Musa in Kaduna State, who will be giving us update on the situation following the curfew imposed on Sabon Gari and Nasarawa communities. Hello, Bello. What's your situation currently over there?
Good evening. It was a fight between two rival gangs at Sabon Gari Nasarawa, a community in Chikun local government area of Kaduna State, where the different groups of youth have been fighting each other for a very long time. The village head of Sabon Gari Nasarawa had to summon the two groups to his palace for reconciliation meeting on Tuesday, that was in the evening. On their way to the village, to the palace, the two groups met on their way and started fighting each other, which led to the killing of two persons. In the morning, which is today, Monday, the Commissioner for Internal Security, Samuel Arwan, visited the place. And due to some tension in the area, after leaving the place, he issued a statement where the state government imposed 24 hours curfew at Sabon Gari Nasarawa, which is a small community at Nasarawa and also in the Chikun local government area. The situation is calm now due to the presence of security agencies in the area to avoid further breakdown of flow and order.
All right, so tell me about arrest. Has any arrest been made so far to that effect?
So far, there's no any arrest, but we are waiting maybe tomorrow. Either the police or the Ministry of Internal Security from Home Affairs maybe issue statement regarding that. But so far, there's no any arrest.
Okay, so finally, before I let you go, Bello, has the communities where the lockdown, or rather the curfew was imposed, have they been observing the curfew, or what's the situation currently?
They have been observing the curfew because the community is a small community, even within Nasarawa. A very small community called Sabangar in Nasarawa. It's a small community, and the presence of security agencies in the area is enough for the residents to abide by the curfew.
All right, thank you very much, Bello Musa, for that update. We'll touch that base with you subsequently as issues arise.
Thank you.
Moving on to other stories now, scores have been feared killed after gunmen on Sunday invaded communities in Oganinigu ward of the Kina local government area of Kogi State. Authorities suspect that the assailants were herdsmen. Sources say the invaders stormed the communities, shooting sporadically and burning hundreds of houses in the early morning raid. A chieftain of the All Progressives Congress, APC, and the Oganinigu ward chairman, James Ada, was among those killed in the attack. Many residents are said to have fled the communities in the wake of the assault, even as it remains unclear what the reasons behind the invasion was. Though the police command in the state is yet to issue any official statement, the government has been reacting to the disturbing development. In a statement on Monday, Governor Yahya Bello called for calm over the attacks, describing what he called the vile and satanic attack as a calculated assault of the peace-loving people of Oganinigu, who have enjoyed relative peace and security for years. He commiserated with the people of the community, particularly the family of the slain APC ward chairman and others affected by the incident, and urged the people to remain calm. Also, the candidate of the All Progressives Congress APC in the March 18 governorship election in Rivers State, Tonye Cole, has accused the People's Democratic Party of sending thugs to attack him and his team to prevent them from accessing the office of the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, in Port Harcourt. Trouble started when Cole and members of his party arrived at the office of the Independent National Electoral Commission in the state capital to inspect materials used in the last election in the state. However, Cole was forced to turn back by members of the PDP who were already on ground at the INEC office before his arrival. The situation caused pandemonium as the PDP members attacked the APC governorship candidate and members again at the state party secretariat, demanding that Cole must be arrested. Speaking with newsmen in Port Harcourt, Cole said he was assaulted by thugs whom he said pelted him with water, food and stones until he got injured. The PDP protesters had blocked both the water lines and GRA areas of Aba Road, the two major access points to the INEC head office in the state. No car was able to drive through that stretch of Aba Road from the ground lanes, while those on the GRA flyover were trapped because there was no exit route. Nigerians have been reacting to the viral leaked audio conversation between the Labour Party presidential candidate Peter Obi and renowned clergyman Bishop David Oyedepo. A cross-section of Nigerians who spoke to Trust TV's Shafiu Suleiman say though exploitation of ethnic, regional and religious fault lines to woo electorates is synonymous with Nigeria's polity, it has negative consequences in the quest for credible leadership. Take a look at this report.
A voice, allegedly a presidential candidate of the Labour Party, Peter Obi, was heard in a recorded audio phone call that went viral, asking the religious leader to help him convince his followers to vote him at the just concluded presidential election. Though media office of the Obi Dirty campaign organization in a press release dismissed the leaked phone calls as doctored by the party's opponent in order to undermine the growing popularity of its candidate, Nigerians have been expressing divergent views on the matter.
People, when something happens, different people from different angles, different occasions, they will come out to talk their own. But Based on my own, I'm just saying it's not true.
My opinion is just it's not true, Sha. It's not true. It's a fake rumor. It's not true.
A religious leader don't have any concern to engage himself into politics.
Because politics is politics. He has to go with campaign and voting. So if you didn't campaign, where are you expecting votes?
Chairman Inter-Party Advisory Council IPAC Engineer Yabagi Sani says the political class across party lines are culprits when it comes to manipulating ethnic and religious fault lines to make political capital, irrespective of the negative impact on religious harmony and national stability.
And if you want to blame ourselves. We should blame ourselves. We should grow up. We should grow up as a people and start, looking at Nigeria as a country that needs to be really engaged, by people that have the prerequisite knowledge, and the can-do spirit, can think out of the box, and will not mind where you come from or who you are, and engage you. Such are the leaders that we are looking for.
He says until Nigerians learn to shun such divisive tendencies and insist on credibility and competence as yardstick for leadership recruitment, desperate politicians will continue to exploit their differences for their selfish interests.
The national discourse was sort of molded along those lines, the narratives that we had, for even the candidates themselves. One says Emilio.
In a similar vein, the Olofa of Ofa, Oba Mufuta Ogbademosi Eshuwoye II, has reacted to the leaked audio of the conversation between the presidential candidate of the Labour Party, Peter Obi, and Bishop David Oyedepo of Living Faith Church Worldwide, also known as Winners Chapel. In the conversation, Obi was heard begging Oyedepo to help him get votes from Christians in Southwest and Kwara State. He also said he had visited the Olofa, who he claimed told him that presidential candidates had never visited him. Oyedepo hails from Omuaron, Irekpodun local government area of Kwara State, which shares boundary with Ofa. Obi had told Oyedepo, when asked about his chances in the East generally and the Middle Belt, that East is okay, Middle Belt is okay, but places like Kogi, Kwara and Niger are worrisome. But speaking on the issue, which has attracted nationwide outrage, the Olofa said his name was wrongly associated with the political mudslinging and intrigues. Away from that, Jos High Court has reinstated Nuhu Abok as Speaker of the Plateau State House of Assembly. Justice M.L. Musa, in his judgment, declared that the impeachment was illegal, null and void. Abok was purportedly impeached by some members of the Plateau State House of Assembly in October 2021. Abok immediately challenged his impeachment at the State High Court, and the legal battle lasted 1 year and 6 months until the judgment. The court further awarded the sum of 20 million naira as cost of appearance and the sum of 138,000 naira as cost of filing the matter against the defenders. Also, the chairman of the Public Affairs Committee of the National Population Commission, NPC, Eyitayo Oyetunji, has implored Nigerians not to leave their residence during the population census. According to him, the United Nations Population Agency, UNFPA, says Nigeria's population is estimated to be 216 million, and projections estimate the nation's population could hit 400 million by the year 2050. With 1 month away from the National Population Census, Oyetunji said the need for accurate information is vital for effective planning. Therefore, movement will affect the collation. The chairman also noted that the transparency of the exercise would be able to counter misconceptions and distrust, adding that it would foster the development of the government for the people. He also stated that the act of citizens deserting their residence would defeat the census process. Eyitayo also noted that the census process was not aimed at distorting the election outcomes, but at achieving its objectives. He enjoined Nigerians not to distort the process through travel, adding that it would curb the criminalization of census. Also, Lagos State High Court, sitting at the Tafawa Balewa Square, has dismissed a no-case submission filed by the suspended Assistant Superintendent of Police, ASP Drambi Vandi, who allegedly killed a Lagos-based lawyer, Omobolanle Rahim, on December 25, 2022. Justice Ibironke Harrison ordered the defendant to open his defense as a prima facie case has been made against him. The court also held that the prosecution led by the Attorney General of Lagos State, Moyosori Onigbanjo, SAN, had established sufficient oral and documentary evidence linking the defendant to the crime, which required explanations from him. In his application on the no-case submission, Vandi asked the court to dismiss the suit and discharge him, claiming that he has no case to answer. In his arguments, the defense counsel Adetokunbo Odutola told the court to note, among other things, that none of the eyewitnesses saw the defendant shoot at that, and the ballistics report of the gun allegedly fired expressly stated that the bullet cannot be linked with any of the firearms recovered from the police officers on the scene. You're watching News Hour on Trust TV. Coming up after the break. How husband prepares Ramadan meal for his family. Do stay with us.
Trust TV, documenting the Nigerian story.
Welcome back. If you're just joining, you're watching News Hour on Trust TV. Now, recap of our top stories. 3 arrested in connection to Kaduna killings as state government imposes 24-hour curfew in Chikun local government. Also, gunshots as APC-PDP members clash in Port Harcourt over inspection of electoral materials. The Nigerian media owners and publishers under the auspices of the Nigerian Press Organization, NPO, on Monday inaugurated the National Media Complaints Commission, NMCC, and the Ombudsman, an initiative to watch and regulate the media practice. Abdulateef Aliyu, who attended the inauguration at NPAN office in Lagos, reports that the 9-member commission has a 3-point mandate to deepen professionalism in the media. His report.
At the inauguration were members of the Newspaper Proprietors Association of Nigeria, the Nigeria Union of Journalists, Nigeria Guild of Editors, Guild of Corporate Online Publishers, and the Broadcasting Organization of Nigeria. The Commission, or the Ombudsman as it is called, was an initiative tailored towards self-regulation and boosting the confidence of the public in the media as the voice of the common man and the fighter for the oppressed. The 9-member commission, which comprises prominent Nigerians drawn from the media, the bar, the academia, and civil society, is chaired by Emeka Izezi, former Deputy Managing Director, Guardian newspaper. Other members are Balarabe Mahmood, former President of the Nigerian Bar Association, Professor Chinyere Stella Okunna, Deputy Vice Chancellor, Paul University, Awka, Anambra State, Dr. Hussein Abdu, Development Specialist and Country Director, CARE International, Larry Idowu, Editor-in-Chief, Diamond Publications Limited, and Founder, Diamond Awards for Media Excellence, Edetian Ojo, Executive Director, Media Rights Agenda, Mrs. Dupe Ajayi Badegbo, a journalist, lawyer and arbitrator, Eugenia Abu, broadcaster, author and columnist, and the Chair, House of Representatives Committee on Information. MPAN President Kabir Yusuf explained that the Commission would serve as an independent forum for resolving complaints about the press quickly, fairly and free of charge, maintain high standards of Nigerian journalism and journalists' ethics, and defend the freedom of the press and the rights of the people to know.
I guess it is not the daily concern of the citizen to worry about how the freedoms we enjoy were worn and kept. The press exists to guard such liberties. But in the land of impunity, which Nigeria has become, our exertions merely annoy rather than hinder the powers that be.
Chairman and publisher of Vanguard newspapers, Uncle Sam Amuka, who inaugurated the commission, said it will be of great benefit to the media profession and the country in general.
I am glad to see this day, to see you people, the ombudsman.
One of the commission, Emeka Izezi, said that the commission's mandate is not to gag the press.
Different in the sense that it will not seek to hinder freedom of the press, freedom of expression. If anything, it should enhance it. But it will be seeking to boost the confidence of the public in the media. That's really is the goal that this commission has.
Stakeholders believe the media owners, with the inauguration of the Complaints Commission, have taken a bold and courageous step towards sanitizing the profession and keeping the media alive to its responsibilities of being the voice of the common man and the fighter for the oppressed people in the society.
The Center for Journalism Innovation and Development, CJID, and its partner, the Center for Investigative Journalism, CIJ, on Thursday rounded off the second phase of the Climate Change in News Media project with a 2-day capacity building for media practitioners in Nigeria. The training, which was funded by UNESCO, was held in Abuja with representatives from 6 different media platforms across the country. Organizers said participants were drawn from print, radio, online, and television to ensure that the message gets to a diverse audience. The capacity building was part of the project's mandate aimed at ensuring that climate change reporting gains prominence and attention across West Africa. Speaking at the training, the executive director at CJID, Tobi Oluwatola, described climate change as a phenomenon that affects the entire world but impacts African communities differently due to vulnerabilities such as poverty, weak infrastructure, and limited resources. In his remarks, the Director of Programs at the CGID, Akintunde Babatunde, said the organization remains committed to ensuring that journalists are continuously empowered through capacity building and workshops. Also, the new chairman of the Police Service Commission, Solomon Arase, on Monday ruled out further rift between the commission and the Nigeria Police Force over recruitment of police constables into the force. He also said the lingering disagreements between the force and the commission over promotion of officers from the rank of the Deputy Inspectors General of Police downwards will become a thing of the past. Arase, a former and retired Inspector General of Police, stated these in his office in Abuja when the Inspector General of Police, Usman Babal Kali, and the force management team paid him a courtesy visit. Addressing journalists shortly after the meeting, Arase said he would ensure that a harmonious working relationship between the commission and the police force was put on the front burner. According to him, the recruitment of police personnel was not supposed to be an issue, saying that both the commission and the police force needed understanding to achieve results. On his part, IGP Baba said the visit was to assure the commission of the readiness of the police force to work in harmony and improve their relationship. Not fewer than 922 persons have been infected with cholera, while 32 others were killed in 9 weeks between January 2nd to March 5th, 2023. This is according to the Nigeria Center for Disease Control and Prevention, NCDC. The NCDC's epidemiological report showed that of all the cases recorded since the beginning of the year, Cross River had 647 cases of cholera, accounting for 70% of the cumulative cases across the country. The state also recorded 16 deaths, accounting for 50% of all cholera deaths in the country. Also, Kano Executive Council has approved the appointment of Olubadan of Ibadan, Oba Moshood Aliwo, as the Chancellor of the state-owned Saadatu Rimi University of Education, Kumbotso. The State Commissioner for Information, Mohammed Garba, announced this after the Council's meeting held at the Council chambers. Garba said that the Council also approved the appointment of Professor Tahiru Jega, former INEC Chairman, as Pro-Chancellor, Chairman of the Governing Council. Garba said this followed the receipt of operational license from the National Universities Commission, NUC, which recognized the institution as the 61st state university and 222nd university in the Nigeria university system. Other members of the council are Muhammad Kwankwaso, Zuleiha Ahmed, Ibrahim Wunti, Halima Muhammad, and Sabiu Bako. He said the appointment is in accordance with the Section 22 of the Saadatu Rimi University of Education Kumbotso law. Garba added that in line with Section 3, Subsection 2 of the second schedule, the Pro-Chancellor and External Council members shall hold office for a period of 4 years, renewable for second and final tenure of another 4 years. Away from that, a woman has been reportedly crushed to death by a trailer at Mobile Junction at Mandala in Suleja local government area of Niger State. The Niger State Sector Commander of the Federal Road Safety Corps, Kumar Tsokwam, told Daily Trust that the incident occurred when a trailer coming from Diko in Gurara local government area to Zuba lost control due to overspeeding and crushed a female pedestrian and 3 other people. He said the 3 other people, including a man, 1 female child, and 1 male child, sustained several degrees of injuries and were taken to General Hospital Suleja for medical treatment. So Kwam appealed to authorities to construct a flyover bridge at Madala Mobile Junction to link Zuma Rock and Zuba in order to reduce cases of road crashes. Also, tragedy struck on Monday in Ikirun, the headquarters of Ifelodun local government areas of Osun State, when a truck loaded with granite ran over a market and rammed to the palace of Akinrun of Ikirun. The incident led to the death of 1 commercial motorcyclist, Mukaila Okedowo, while others sustained injuries of various degrees. as well as goods, cars and motorcycles damaged. The incident happened around 1:30 p.m. on Monday while the truck coming from Obagun community lost control around Oja Oba market area and rammed through the traders before it hit the gate of Akinrun of Ikinrun, where a commercial motorcyclist was crushed. Confirming the incident, the spokesperson of Nigeria Security and Civil Defense Corps, Osun Command, Kehinde Adeleke, confirmed that the accident, which claimed an Okada rider's life, was due to overspeeding. And the community leaders in Ganjua local government area of Bauchi State have appealed to well-meaning individuals and the state government to extend a hand of fellowship to rural dwellers, especially during the month of Ramadan fasting. They made the appeal in an interview with Trust TV at the Firo Community Village Square while breaking their fast. Adamu Imam completes the report.
The month of Ramadan is known to be a period of devotion to God's worship and seeking His forgiveness. It is also a period one commits to supplications as well as helping the less privileged among people. But Firo Village in Ganjua local government is yet to receive any kind of Ramadan support, with some community leaders saying they use little to break their fast. We are calling on government to support our people here because what they usually give in urban communities during the month of Ramadan is not forthcoming to us in Firo. We have not seen anything since the commencement of the Ramadan fasting. At least we should be remembered by well-meaning individuals or government. They normally send some Ramadan palliatives, but have not seen them here. I am also calling on the youth, especially those in business within the community, to help their families with the little in their possession, to enable them enjoy the period of Ramadan together. In our areas within Firo community, we usually group ourselves, while the youth gather in another place to break their fast with what is available to us, such as dates, watermelon, mangoes, oranges, and some with tea. So it all depends on what you have at the time of sunset. While some members of the community explain how they usually cope with the situation and break their fasting as a group, others lament the difficulties they face during the season. Before Ramadan, we will face serious challenges during the period, but now we thank Almighty God because we are witnessing changes with Ramadan bounties. As you can see, I will go to my house now to break the fast with my family members. Honestly, we are not getting anything, but the little we can get, we eat with our family. Food items like watermelon and others are not even enough because they are small in quantity. But before now, we got more. I think it is because of the economic situation right now. We don't usually go to the mosques nearby. Our imams here usually cook for us to break the fast, but some of us go to begging beside the community central mosque. The month of Ramadan is the 9th in the Islamic calendar that teaches morality and brotherhood, unity among others. Adami Imam, Trust TV News, Bauchi.
The Muslim Ramadan fast that spans about 13 hours for 29 or 30 days with restriction on the consumption of food and water during the period has been identified as a healthy approach towards achieving optimum metabolism that prevents health problems and improves psychological health. Trust TV's Aisha Salihu reports that although during the fast, the human body is able to concentrate solely on removing toxins and repairing the digestive system, among other benefits, some groups of persons are exempted from the fast. Her report.
Ramadan 1444 after the Hijrah, which began March 22 in most countries this year, with the first day of fasting on March 23, is the holiest month in the Islamic calendar. It involves abstaining from eating, drinking, smoking and carnal relations, among other activities that are contrary to the fast, as many hope to gain greater consciousness of God. Experts recommend fasting to heal the body but advocate a modified fast for its overwhelming scientific evidence of great mental and physical benefits.
During that period, the metabolism shift from a metabolism that is oxidative or stressful to the system to a metabolism that is beneficial to the system. And as such, it will improve blood pressure control, it will improve blood sugar control, it will improve cholesterol control, cholesterol profile. It will result in significant weight loss if the overall caloric balance is maintained, meaning that by the time you break fast, you don't eat large bowls of food trying to make up for what you have lost. And definitely it will improve sleep. It would improve cognitive function, that's the ability to think and connect ideas.
Fasting is not recommended for some people according to Islamic injunctions.
That's what we call mukallaf. Mukallaf is an adult. When you have not grown up to the state of adult, you are exempted. Number two, people, the elderly ones, those who are old to the extent that medically they are not advised. Nursing mothers and heavy women, those who are pregnant, are also exempted. People who embark on journey that it seems to be difficult, their movement from one place to another would not allow them to fast. Any ailment that is medically proof that can debar someone from fasting should stop somebody from fasting, and such a person will be counted among those who will be exempted. And number 6, that is not common, those who are out to make their daily bread through a hard labor, very hard labor, that if they don't do it, they won't be able to survive.
The physical and psychological attributes of fasting are said to be of social and cultural benefits.
The Ramadan fast, apart from the timing and the type of food eaten, it creates an opportunity for people to come together, for communities to come together, to interact, for families to spend more time with each other, and of course for healthy meditation. All of these have the capacity to improve the psychological well-being of the communities.
Experts therefore advise that those engaging in the Ramadan fast should sustain the lessons and attributes to retain the benefits achieved during the 30 days fast beyond the Ramadan period for subsequent months in order to maintain general health and well-being. Aisha Salihu, Trust TV News, Abuja.
Also, a typical fasting day for Muslim women in the holy month of Ramadan is characterized by house chores and cooking of different dishes for sahur and iftar for her family and friends. Ibrahim Ismail in this report visits a typical Muslim family home to see how they cope during fasting. Take a look.
Recitation of the Holy Quran, administering lessons to the kids, and house chores form list of activities in the holy month of Ramadan at the residence of this Muslim family. Dr. Abdul Wahab Yusuf, who is the head of this family, speaks on his daily routine during the month of Ramadan.
If you go to work maybe early in the morning, by 3 o'clock, because of the first month of Ramadan, we get to close early, so it's a lot easier for me. And maybe because of the mental ideology you're fasting, you don't get to think of lunch, so it's a lot easier for me, alhamdulillah. Well, the most interesting part is believing and having this firm belief that I'm going to get a reward for this abstinence from food, maybe this fasting.
His wife Zainab Salisu excited and buried in her chores, cooking different types of dishes to showcase her secret way into the heart of her family through her delicious dishes during iftar and sahur. Though overwhelmed, she cooked and cleaned her house with passion while teaching her children.
At least one has ample time for the recitation of the Holy Quran and other activities like schoolwork. I get time to read a lot now, so at least that's one thing I enjoy. And then the cooking. We really love the cooking aspect because we get to try so many different delicious dishes, and the children are loving it, their father is loving it, and we get to give out food sometimes.
Despite his busy schedules, Dr. Abdul Wahab created time to support his wife in the kitchen.
When I'm back early from work, at least help around, setting the table, what maybe preparing, trying to help her arrange things. Yes, I will give that mental and physical support in the kitchen, yes.
Honestly, he's really, really supportive. And it encourages, in fact, it gives you more energy to do the work better and to strive to do better, to cook better and give the best.
My name is Yusuf Abdulwahab Yusuf. I read the Quran 3 times.
Ramadan is the holiest month for Muslims and is marked by a period of fasting. It is a time where family and friends come and eat together, pray together, and thank Allah for His mercies. Ibrahim Ismail, Trust TV News, Gombe.
As the Ramadan fast continues, Muslim faithful have stressed the importance of taking the most appropriate meals during the period. Some residents who spoke to Trust TV's Kabir Lawal said it was important to ensure that meals are aligned with the body's requirements for breaking the fast. Take a look.
During the holy month, when all faithful abstain from drinking and eating, food combinations that sit well with the body after long hours of fast are required to ensure that the body remains nourished and active. In the FCT, residents told Trust TV their preferred meals during the holy month of Ramadan, adding that eating fruits before meal is important.
The essence of eating fruit, it has many benefits. First, for me, it aids digestion, it gives immunity. It helps boost immunity in your system.
I think it's very essential to the body, even without Ramadan. So especially during Ramadan, you're going throughout the day without food or a couple hours without food. So it's important to replenish your body with fruits because they carry a lot of, nutrients, and the whole essential of fruits is water. So it's really important for our diets, especially during Ramadan. Dates as well. Aside it being the Sunnah and the Prophet ﷺ, it's also really important as it carries a lot of nutrients that are essential for the body, and it helps with it has a lot of benefits as well.
While some said they eat more during Sahur, some respondents said they prefer taking swallow during Iftar.
Sahur, I like mostly carbohydrates. I like something heavy, like swallow, to sustain, because we have to come out and we have to look for money, we have to hustle, yeah?
I prefer eating more rice and pap, and even tuwo, which go a long way. I prefer taking tea at Sahur, and the reason why I do that is that it will not make me to be heavy and makes me free. Fruit sellers said the fruits are a bit expensive but still affordable for people as a result of the Ramadan period. The fruits are somehow expensive because of the cost of transportation. Most of the fruits are imported, making it difficult for some to purchase. Kabir Lawal, Trust TV News, Abuja.
Let's now join Chamunda Bank for business news.
Oil prices rocked Monday after major producers shocked the market with a surprise production cut of more than 1 million barrels per day. Equities mostly gained after data revealed that U.S. and European inflation continued to decline in November. The OPEC Plus cartel's choice, though, stoked worries about a new price spike that might force central banks to raise interest rates. Following the Saudi Arabia, Iraq, United Arab Emirates, Kuwait, Algeria, and Oman reduction, which was the largest since the group reduced 2 million barrels per day in October. Both major crude contracts at a point rose by 8%. This comes following a decision by Russia to keep a production cut of 500,000 barrels per day in place and in defiance of U.S. demands to boost output. Minister of Industry, Trade and Investment Otumba Adebayo announced on Monday that the ministry will soon submit a new auto policy for approval by the Federal Executive Council. The minister said the auto policy was reviewed with the goal of boosting local production of vehicles. He stated this while speaking to Senior Executive Course 45 participants of the National Institute of Policy and Strategic Studies, who visited the ministry. Additionally, the new policy will assist the nation in making the transition from production that is semi-knocked down to completely knocked down. One of the goals of the new policy is to boost employment in the automotive value chain. The minister said the ministry is also working on a new investment policy and a review of the existing trade policy, both of which it hopes to complete before the President Buhari administration ends. According to information received from the Central Bank of Nigeria, between January and March, the nation's foreign reserves decreased by $1.46 billion. The assets stood at $36.67 billion as of February 27, 2023. Data from the CBN on the movement of external reserves shows that the reserves decreased from $36.99 billion at the end of January 1, 2023 to $35.53 billion at the end of March 30, 2023. Nigeria's external reserves decreased by $3.43 billion in 2022 from $40.52 billion at the end of December 31, 2021 to $37.09 billion at the end of December 29, 2022, according to CBN statistics. That's all for Business News. I am Chamun Dabeng.
Thanks to Chairman for Business News. And on the international scene, the main opposition coalition in Tunisia on Monday called on the government to reveal the reasons for President Kais Saied's absence from the political scene in recent days. The National Salvation Front added that it had been informed that due to health problems, the president has not carried out any public activities. In the event of a temporary power vacuum, it is up to the head of government, Najla Boudin, to run the country's affairs as stipulated in the constitution, said the head of the FSN, who alerted of the possibility of a legislative vacuum. 65-year-old Kais Saied was democratically elected president in 2019 and has concentrated all power since July 25, 2021, when he dismissed his prime minister and froze parliament. Despite the inauguration of a new parliament in March, largely stripped of its previous prerogatives, the president continues to rule the country by decree. In a swift reaction, President Kais Saied denied rumors of serious illness, saying any suggestion he might have to step down due to health problems was completely crazy. And also, Malaysia's lower house on Monday approved legal reforms to abolish the mandatory death penalty for some offences. The amendments would be applicable to 34 offences currently punishable by death. This also includes murder and drug trafficking, while 11 of them carry it as a mandatory punishment. The country has had a moratorium on executions since 2018, but courts have continued to send inmates to death row. Reports say alternatives to the existing death penalty include whipping and imprisonment of 30 to 40 years. The lawmakers also agreed that capital punishment would be removed as an option for some serious crimes that do not cause death, such as kidnapping and the discharging of trafficking of firearms, according to the Deputy Law Minister, Ramkapral Singh. Since its independence in 1957, Malaysia is now part of country's death penalty has been abolished. And also, a Syrian refugee, Rian Al-Shebel, has been elected as the mayor of a village in Germany. He stood as a non-party candidate to become mayor of Ostelchem in the southwestern state of Baden-Württemberg in the municipality. The municipality declared him the winner on Sunday evening after polling the majority of 55.41% votes cast. 29-year-old Al-Shebel defeated non-party candidates Marco Stromberg and Matthias Fey. He fled the town of Sweda in the south of Syria in 2015 and joined the administration of Althingstedt Town Hall in 2016. Let's now join Adeni Ajishafe for Sport News.
Nigeria on Sunday won the third edition of the Nigerian Cricket Federation Women's T20 Invitational Tournament, beating Rwanda by 9 runs at the Tafawa Balewa Cricket Oval in Lagos. The match, which was a repeat of the final game, pitched Nigeria against arch rival Rwanda and defending champion of the title. Nigeria had won the toss and elected to bat, which led to a hard-fought first inning with 99 runs on board. Salome Sunday and Pity Lucky led with the bat with top performances for the hosts as they raced through the inning for the loss of 4 wickets in 20 overs. Nigeria had to defend in the second innings as Rwanda came on to bat with Giselle Nsinwe and Captain Dan Bimeyiwana contributing to the score of the side. Nigeria, Pity Lucky and Rachel Sampson did damage to the East African team, claiming 3 wickets each. Defending champion had to manage 90 runs for the loss of 9 wickets. Nigerian Cricket Federation NCF Women's T20 Invitational Tournament is an annual event on the NCF calendar, with 2023 edition having Ghana, Cameroon, Sierra Leone, Rwanda and host Nigeria. And in football, Bende Insurance Football Club of Benin continued their impressive performance against 2020 league champions Plateau United in a 1-1 draw to extend their unbeaten run in the 2023 Nigerian Premier Football League (NPFL). Deputy Echeta rose to the occasion to survey the situation for Insurance FC on the day their goal machine Imade Osarekwe could not find the rhythm to score. Echeta headed home a fine cross from Austin Oguye, arising from goal mouth scrabble, to equalize for the Group A leaders in the 73rd minute of the game at the New George Stadium. Chimezie took advantage of the defensive error by Bende Insurance defender Ebuka Akombudu, whose poor communication with their goalkeeper Amans Obasoge gifted Plateau United the opener shortly before the half-time break whistle. Despite the equalizer, Insurance FC continued to show hunger for success as Deputy Echeta Divine Wachuku, Imade Osarekwe and Austin Oguye imposed themselves on their post with more goal attempts, which Plateau defense battled till the end of the game. The Benin Arsenals remained the only team that has not tasted defeat in the current season and still lead Group A with 26 points. That's Sport News. I'm Adini Ajishafe.
Thank you, Adini, for Sports News. And with that, we've come to the end of Trust News Hour. Do well to follow us across all our platforms. I'm Sagar Ibrahim, and on behalf of the crew, good night.
From the Daily Trust News Center, this is the News Hour.